For probably 6 years, I was trying to get into meetings. Came here, he gave us the opportunity. It's fantastic. He's doing some amazing things, not only for OBL, but also for other people in the community. Paris and Patrick, as we know, started the car show that we're going to do for the Boys and Girls Club in May. So again, I welcome Paris as our speaker.
Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's enjoying their breakfast, and decided to try to stack the house a little bit, so I'm sorry I took everyone's table over here today, but it's part of what we do, right? Make sure that you bring people out. When you're talking about the leaders, bringing the right people in to pick up your strengths was an awesome thing, because that's really why Pedro and Matt are with me. They're very quiet when they speak up this morning, because they're usually not up this early, but when they come to the shop, they know a lot about what they're doing. Both of them have been in the industry almost as long as I have, or longer, and they've probably forgotten more than I know. But I want to say thanks to Margie for coming out and sitting with us, and Robert's been with us for a couple of years now, helping make sure my guys have their IRAs. So anyway, let me just start off with, I am Ocala Car Audio, the founder of, but these are really my guys that make Ocala Car Audio who we are, because I can't do what I do without them. This is my wife, Shauna. This year we'll be celebrating our 15-year wedding anniversary. It has been a lot of work on her part trying to keep me in line. And somehow she still smiles. Her day-to-day job is she is the assistant director at Angels and Arms in their daycare. Probably why she gets along with me. These are our 3 children. We have hers, mine, and ours. Ethan is my son. He just turned 20 not long ago, and he's got the get the out of the house date coming up when he turns 21. We'll hopefully be buying him a house then, or he'll be buying one. One in the middle is my daughter Skylar. She just turned 18, and she just got her first apartment. And my little monster Alice is hoping to be a lawyer one day. And here they are growing up a little bit more. We were out at the Mom's Park with a friend of mine taking those pictures for us, Brett Golden. Here's what we do is, as we're growing into our businesses, when I started Ocala Car Audio, I was just trying to figure out, how am I going to pay the bills? Legitimately on food stamps, unemployment, Medicaid, whenever I started the company. I was putting ads on Craigslist to move refrigerators or do anything I could back in 08, because we all know what 08, 09 was doing. And as you learn and you grow, you kind of got to figure out what is the mission of your company. And it can't be just to feed the family. It's got to be something more. Based upon the way my mom and my dad raised me, it became to build better men and build a better community. My guys give me grief sometimes because I continue to hire broken wings, a lot like Clark keeps talking about bringing the guys in there. And that's what we will do. We want to build better men by training them in what they do, but then also stepping out into the community and helping as well. This is a view from a place we stayed in Costa Rica at Siete Mata when we went over with my wife in 19 to help put a roof on a church through Blessed Trinity over there. And that was some of the people that was there with us to help do that. If you've never been able to go do one of those trips, I really encourage you to in whatever way that you can. And these are some of the kids at the local school, and my wife over there again loving it, and me being the kid myself there. Some of the other things that we've started doing a number of years back, you guys have heard me talking about a little bit, is our Warrior Wheels project. 22 veterans a day committing suicide, my own nephew being one of those. So a number of years back, we decided to start the Warrior Wheels project, where we give vehicles to veterans that need it, deserve it, and cannot obtain it on their own. This was the first Harley that we gave away to a Marine that also did Blackwater Ops afterwards. That was an 03 Fat Boy, and he's actually since decided to stop riding, and we wound up with a motorcycle back. Oops. Come on. And that's actually the next Harley that we're giving away. That is my old personal Street Glide. It's a 2010. We traded it into Warhorse Harley, and Warhorse Harley wound up donating it back so that we could refurbish it and give it to another veteran. So again, that's continuing to pass it along with what we do. My friend Claudio with Paintworks is the one that has repainted that. Which brings us to this summer that we've talked about, is our Boys and Girls Club fundraiser, the Car, Truck, and Bike Festival that Patrick, Jennifer and some of us are all helping, and Bill's been a great help with that as well now, putting that together to help with their summer camp that April brought to our attention a couple weeks back. You know, I do encourage my guys to work very hard, but play harder. My guy, you know, I don't stop moving. We are continue doing something. We're out and about, whether we're riding, partying, hanging out. Up on the top over here is my buddy Richie. Him and I went to high school together up in Illinois. And now he does a lot of DJ work in Miami and Orlando, doing some phenomenal stuff. Bringing it to the company a little bit, we have what we call our client experience document that basically serves as the Bill of Rights for our customers of what we try to provide to everybody that comes in. We want them to feel welcome and honestly glad that they came in. We want them to be treated with respect. And the fun thing about respect is so many different cultures, so many different people, respect is different for that individual. You know, some of them, you got to come out and, hey, how you doing? And just about kiss their butt. And some of the guys that Pedro and Matt will attest to is when they walk in, it's as rough and gruff as you can get. And hey, what, you know, and just a little bit fun, some of those. But finding out what the respect is to that person is always important. We always want to make sure that we're giving a good value to their money. Money and value are tied together, but it can't be the driving focus. The value that we provide, we try to make more than just about money. It has to be about the relationship, the experience, and making sure that what we do fits the lifestyle of the people that are doing. We strive very hard with industry-leading quality of our installation, done right the first time every time. Just as was said earlier, leaders aren't perfect, but we sure try. We try to do open, honest, and timely communication the best we know how and the best we can. And then have your expectations met or exceeded every time. Again, those are the things we strive for. We are human. Sometimes we don't quite make it, but we sure try. We do window tint, a lot of window film. This is actually a tractor that was brought into us to Brian Bullock. Brought that in. That was probably the 4th or 5th tractor we've done. He builds tennis courts. So we do window tint on all kinds of things. We do a lot of paint protection film. This is one of the new Ford Mustang Bullets that came in. Paint protection film is a clear plastic film, like a big sticker that you put on the car, or like a vehicle wrap, that protects your vehicle against rock chips and other physical debris. We kind of think that you use that with the ceramic coatings on top of it for the best protection possible on a car. We do a lot of boat lighting, audio systems, and everything on the boats. From 05 to 08, my job was working in the marine industry, working with companies like Grady White, Chris Craft, Regal Marine, designing their audio video systems for them, and in fact helped Grady White and Regal both win J.D. Powers Awards for their audio video systems on their boats. And we brought that into our company as well. We do a lot of classic car audio. So just because you've got an old school doesn't mean that you don't get good sounds, right, Patrick?
Exactly right. Exactly right.
This is in an old GTO that we did. Actually a radio that fits without cutting the car. Can actually add Bluetooth and satellite radio to an old school without having to modify and destroy the vehicle's value. We also do a lot of built-in radar detection systems. So sometimes when you got a high-end car, you might accidentally mess up and speed a little bit. And it's not necessarily the ticket, paying the ticket that's the bother, it's the inconvenience of being stopped and ruining your weekend. So a good high-end built-in radar detection system is a great way to do that, or help with that. This is actually a thing called a cargo glide. So not everybody's 6 foot, 7 foot, and some of us are a little bit overweight, and reaching in the back of the truck to get a box is a little bit of a challenge. This was a kind of cool little thing. It's actually a tray that slides out to allow you to access everything in the truck without having to climb over and possibly hurt yourself. Yeah, and this is where I had a lot of fun. Motorcycle audio. You know, if you haven't figured out yet, I'm a biker and I love loud music on my bike. I've actually got it out there if anyone would like to hear it today. But we do a lot of motorcycles, not just Harleys. That's actually a Honda over here, an F6B. He came in from south of Sarasota just to have us do his bike. And then this is another bike that we've done. We do a lot of Harleys. And pretty much big boy toys of all kinds. So whether it's side-by-sides or whatever else, we can help you here at Ocala Car Audio in any way with any vehicle electronics or toys to help your vehicle work better. We don't do paint, I refer that out. We don't do wheels and tires, I refer that out. Because in a lot of cases, we want to stick, or in most cases, it's best to stick to what we know and that we are the best at. For me, that's car audio and window tint. Does anybody have any questions, or Patrick?
So, you were talking about radar detector.
Yes.
So, if I put a radar detector in that fast Buick out there,
Yes.
how quickly will I be able to detect, I mean, will I have time, if I'm going 90, am I gonna have time to slow down?
If you're going 90, I'd be surprised you're going that slow.
I'm sitting with the lawyer at the table, so.
I want to disclose I am not a lawyer.
Did you stay at a Holiday Inn last night at least?
Yeah, right, lawyer.
So the way the radar detection systems are designed to work is they're going to let you know that a cop is around. And how fast you can respond depends on you, and how quickly, if they do a quick pulse on you, you're going to get hit. What we look at is using that. Generally, the radar detectors are best when they've already hit someone else near you to allow you to slow down. And we are going to encourage you to use that in conjunction with the Waze app on your phone. Combination of technology on that really does help. Waze will tell you, hey, someone else has reported a cop that's ahead. The radar detector will tell you in case there is actually one there. And with some of the low-end radar detectors, it will just go off anytime it gets some of the bandwidth. With some of the better radar detectors that we do, they have a DSP built into them, which is a digital signal processor. So has anybody ever been out on the highway and seen a sign that says the next 7 miles is going to take you 20 minutes to get there? It's because the highway system is running radar of a different bandwidth. The radar detectors that we do from Escort and K40 are smart enough to understand how to filter those out and not alert you to those, because you really don't want a bunch of annoying false alerts, otherwise you're going to ignore it. So, and you had a question?
So with summer approaching, the key fobs that will turn your car on,
Yes.
if you happen to have a car that doesn't have that, do you install that?
So the built-in remote starts, we do quite a few of those. So, and you're flipping to your little key fob there. What's kind of nice is that's kind of an older school technology. Today, we actually allow you to do it from your cell phone. And when you do it with your cell phone, it's actually going to have GPS tracking, so you know exactly where your vehicle is at any time. You can check the availability. Did I lock my doors? So you're not freaking out. Has anyone ever done that? Not remember it? So that will allow it. We also have a new technology called SEER, which is a SEER, basically allows you to walk up to your car without touching anything, and it'll unlock the doors automatically. And when you walk away, it'll lock it again. That's a product called SEER from Vase Technology, which is kind of a cool piece. And I saw another hand up over here. Connie, I'm looking forward to this one.
No, I'm very impressed. Do you install GPS like for fleet cars and stuff like that? Do you do that?
We can do, for fleet work, we can do the GPS tracking on those, similar to the drone system or the GPS tracking we were doing there. We also do some fleet devices that will actually do a forward collision warning system that's tied into your turn signals, your brakes, and the GPS to know exactly how fast you were going, whether you had your brakes applied, whether your turn signals were applied, so that, and it also has a camera that's facing forward recording it and a camera on the driver. So has anybody ever heard of a thing called insurance fraud? A couple weeks ago, we had a cement truck in front of our building, was coming through, ran the red, or didn't run the red light, it came through the red light properly. There was another couple in another car that decided, hey, maybe I'm speculating too much, but I'm thinking that they intentionally cut the cement truck off for insurance issues. The cement truck driver was very fortunate because his company cared about him. He pulled out the DVR recorder, showed it to the police officer that the guy cut him off. And the people that cut him off wound up walking away with a handful of tickets.
I bet Tiger Wood is so glad that he doesn't know you.
Did I see Margie?
So when you and I talked, you blew my mind on who I thought your customer was.
Right.
Because I thought your customer was like 25-year-olds who want to soup up their cars. Can you tell us what it actually is? Because that blew my mind.
Okay, so our target demographic, most people think is this 20, 30-year-old something. But it's actually a 45 and up married homeowner that owns multiple vehicles and are into outdoor activities surrounding a vehicle of some form. So a few years back, I decided to go through one of the incentive classes, Ignite Your Business, and one of the things they talked about is, who do you enjoy doing business with the most? Who's most profitable? Maybe you should market that and make that your target market. So that's why we look at them. I want to talk to people that I get along with, that I do well with, that we can relate. So that's why we do that, but also why I hire other guys that they might be able to relate to a few people differently than I do. So anybody else got anything? Yes?
Where are you located? Can you repeat the question?
She's asking where we're located at. We are at 12 South Pine Avenue, right downtown Ocala, near the courthouse, across the street from the racetrack gas station. We're on that southwest corner right there.
Right, I thought that's.
Yep. Anybody else got anything? All right, I want to say thank you to everybody, and you're all welcome to come by and say hello anytime.
Thank you, Derek. Great